Welcome to Discovery and welcome to a special episode of Discovery this week. I'm your host Jamie and today we are doing something way different, something very different that's never been on this channel before. We are talking about games. I'm going to provide you a Discovery episode, but it won't be based upon music, it will be based upon games, the games I have explored. It'll be very different Discovery, but I hope you guys join me as we tackle over 18 games that will be featured on Discovery this week. Don't worry, next week we're going back to the normal Discovery, but this week it's all about fucking games, baby. And I got 18 games to share with you, and the games that I reckon are absolutely fantastic, and some games that are not so good as well. So let's kick off with Civilization 6.
The architects of change. The builders.
This game is a fucking fantastic game. Reminds you of games such as Age of Empires, even Age of Empires 3. It's a turn-based strategy game with so many different elements or surprises, and what you do is you basically build your own civilization until you become modernized, until you create wars with other civilizations. I mean, there is so many possibilities with Civilization 6, and of course there are DLCs as well that expands the world even more. But Civilization 6 is a fantastic strategy game that if you like strategy games, you will fucking well love this. Civilization 6 is close to a masterpiece of a game, and I fucking well love it. So the next game we're talking about is Bioshock. Bioshock, the original Bioshock, and I got the remastered version on Nintendo Switch, and my god, it plays so beautifully. Just imagine you are in a dystopian underwater city trying to tackle survival. It's an absolutely chaotic game. It's also a fucking scary game as well, as you delve into the corridors and shooting all these motherfuckers that are running at you. But there are so many different clues and just so much exploration as well in this game that you just can't really help but really immerse yourself. Overall, the graphics on the Nintendo Switch is fucking fantastic, especially the remastered Bioshock. I actually got also number 2 and then number 3 as well when they're up in the fucking clouds or something like that. But that's still a good game. But Bioshock, nothing can beat Bioshock, the original Bioshock. It's a fucking great game. So next we go to Friday the 13th, the game. I'm a huge horror fan, and I will provide you a movie discovery later in the year of the movies I have explored, but this is all about games, and Friday the 13th the game is a little bit of a disappointing game in my opinion. Surely you become Jason, but you have to move up levels to gain skills and everything like that, and that really bothers me. You can't really dive into the game and actually become the powerful Jason. Of course, there are some repetitive moments, and I brought this on the Nintendo Switch as well, and it's a little bit disappointing. This is a very disappointing game in my opinion. There are certain elements of horror throughout the game, but the soundtrack isn't very good as well. You're running around Crystal Lake trying to kill like a retard, and being a survivor isn't that great either. I mean, this game is a disappointment in my opinion, but it's a lot better than another game I will mention. So now we go to City Skylines, the city builder game that I fucking love. This is a really good game. If you like SimCity, even if you like Cities XL, you're going to enjoy City Skylines, except City Skylines fucking so much better than SimCity. SimCity was fucking fantastic, but City Skylines is like on another level. You build your own roads, you become a mayor, and you just build upon your city. You got to meet the demands. There are diseases, there's fucking weather, there's just everything. There's mass transport. It's fucking fantastic, this game. Absolutely love it. And you are just going to have so much fun building your own fucking cities, and it's just a joy, an absolute joy. So the next game we're talking about is Assassin's Creed 3, the remastered version. got this on Switch, and you know what? I couldn't stop playing it. Honestly, couldn't stop playing. I was immersed in the story as the character revolved around Haytham at first, and then it moved onto a different character called Connor. Now, his journey throughout this game is absolutely fantastic, but I didn't really want to leave Haytham. I didn't really want to leave that character, but unfortunately he had to leave that character. And that was a little bit disappointing because I actually really started to really enjoy his character. But Assassin's Creed 3 has such an amazing story, and I just love the overall open world of this game and how freely you can explore. It's a fantastic fucking open world game. And not only that, the controls, especially on the Nintendo Switch, is absolutely fucking fantastic. You're going to really love this game if you love Assassin's Creed. And I absolutely adore Assassin's Creed 3. I love the story of it. It's just a overall really great game. So now we move on to Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. Crash Bandicoot, I used to fucking love Crash Bandicoot, especially when it was on PlayStation. I played the first game and that was fucking fantastic. Second game was okay, and then the third game, never got to play the third game. But you know what, I'm on a mission trying to complete this Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and I think it's fucking fantastic. And it's a remastered version, so all the graphics are new. Crash Bandicoot is actually really good looking now, and he's not all pixelated, and anti-aliasing is fantastic as well. And overall, it's just a fun fucking experience, and seems like it's a lot harder now. It's a lot harder, and I just really enjoy this game. I even love the cutscenes. The cutscenes are fantastic. And it's just a really fun game, and there's so much challenges. Sometimes you feel like throwing your Switch at the wall, but overall it's just so much fun. Now we move on to the worst game I've ever played in my life. It's Dead by Daylight. Disappointing game. It's an online game and you have to pay, and this is a very disappointing game. Beware if you want to buy this, and if you want to buy it on Switch or anything like that, you have to wait in that room for like half an hour, even an hour, to actually find someone. You can't be the killer as well, and that is really disappointing. Really disappointing. Surely it's got some potential, but it would be nice if you could play offline. But when you're playing online, there is lag and shit, and overall it's a fucking terrible game, and I fucking hate it. This game deserves to get in the bin. So now we move on to another game called Taxi Sim 2 2020. This game is, what's the point of this game? What is the point of this game? You become a taxi driver and then you drive your passengers, and then they pay you, but there's really no consequences as well. Even though if you crash into a car, certainly you get some points deducted, but then when the passenger leaves, they said, oh, you did a good fucking job. I mean, there's no challenges at all in this game, and this is a very disappointing game overall, and I wouldn't recommend you playing it. Move on to Resident Evil 6.
Captain, but your personal vendetta isn't going to get us anywhere.
This game is really good. It's a fucking scary game as well. I absolutely love the story of it. I think it leads on from Resident Evil 5, which is another really good game. But at all, sometimes the shooting's a little bit off and everything like that. Might be my retarded hands, but overall, it's a good game. It's a good game, and I got this on Switch, and it was fucking fantastic. Fucking fantastic playthrough throughout the chapters. Interesting how you can skip stages, but damn, it's pretty satisfying beating the bosses. Overall, it's a good game. It's got a good storyline, and honestly, I cannot wait to get my hands on Resident Evil 7. Next, we talk about Vampyr. This game is something very special. It really is. I really enjoyed playing this game. I think it was fantastic. It had an awesome story. It's just about the 1920s during the Spanish flu, and you have this doctor that has actually become a vampire, and he's trying to investigate what has happened. He actually becomes a doctor in a hospital, and it's so damn interesting. I love the cutscenes as well. I love how eerie and fucking scary. Absolutely shit my pants playing this because it's a fucking scary game. But I absolutely love the beautiful scenery this game has, and it plays beautifully on Nintendo Switch. We lead on to Monopoly for Nintendo Switch. This game is such a fun fucking game. If you like Monopoly, it's got some really cool animations as well, and you can play online, and you don't have to wait for half an hour to play online. There are so many players online, and overall, it's a really fucking good experience, and I fucking love this game. Very challenging as well. But some people can be assholes. Some people can be assholes on the internet and auction your properties and mortgage your properties and everything like that, but overall, it's a really good game. Now we move on to some Nazis. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus.
Let's get this freak show on the road.
I played Wolfenstein on Xbox, and that was a really good game, so I decided to get Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, and my god, it's absolutely fucking fantastic. I love the cutscenes. The cutscenes are so damn brutal as well, not to mention the Lady Hitler, the Lady Hitler on this game is so damn intense and infuriating, and she's the boss of everything, boss of the Nazis. The protagonist is actually in the wheelchair shooting Nazis. I mean, how good is that? I think the first level is you're actually in the wheelchair shooting Nazis. Fucking awesome. Move on to Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
You were sent by the gods to protect this world.
I got this on Xbox, got the deluxe edition, and I thought this game is fantastic. It really is, but it doesn't play like Assassin's Creed game in my opinion. It's very different, It doesn't feel like a Black Flag. It's definitely got its own entity, and I do really enjoy it. I do love the cutscenes. I love Malaka, all that. That's great. It's very funny as well, and there are some really amazing fight scenes, but overall I just feel this is... yeah, it's okay. It's a good game. But I just feel one game is just slightly better. But damn, it's fun. It's open world as well. There's so much fucking things to explore. It can get a little bit overwhelming, especially when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. There are so many side objectives, then there are main objectives. You're fighting bad guys, and then you can actually kill every civilian out there, and not to mention that Talos cunt. Oh my god. It took me a night to actually defeat him, even though I finally found out you can actually Spartan kick that motherfucker off the cliff, and that was fun. But damn, I'm still playing this game, and I think it's a really good game. Now we move on to Mortal Kombat 11. Now, I played other Mortal Kombat games, and they are fantastic, but this Mortal Kombat has such a really interesting story. I love the story. I also love the characters as well. The characters are fantastic, and overall, it's such a really good game. Maybe the controllers are a little bit difficult, especially on that Nintendo Switch, but overall, it's just a really fucking fun game to play. So now we move on to Dark Souls, the remastered version. As you probably know, I'm now sort of a Nintendo Switch fan. I tell you what, Dark Souls is very interesting as well. I really enjoyed the game. Game is fucking scary. Game is pretty scary in my opinion. It's got an awesome story as well, and I just love that introduction on that game. That introduction on the game is fantastic. Just reminds me of something out of Lord of the Rings. It's just so damn epic, and just tells you the story about the undead and everything like that. But damn, it's a really good game. It's a really good game, and I actually really enjoy it. Maybe it took me like a 3 hours actually trying to get past the tutorial, but everything like that. And I know my mate will laugh at that, but it's a pretty good game. I really enjoyed Dark Souls, and I think I got Dark Souls 3 on Xbox, and I haven't actually bothered playing it, but I will play it one day. But yeah, really good game. Now we move on to Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Dragonborn! This game is one of the biggest games I have ever played in my life. It is so damn epic. It really reminds me of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, except Skyrim has such a bigger world. It's unbelievable. It's just, this game is huge. It's huge and it's really overwhelming sometimes. But damn, it's fun. It's a really fun game and you can just explore, you can steal shit. I gotta stop stealing shit as well. I gotta really stop stealing shit because I always get in trouble and then I have to pay my bounty and everything like that. But you know what? I'm continuing to play this game and I'm really enjoying it. But again, I can't play this at night because it's a little bit scary. A little bit scary fighting all these little big gigantic spiders. And I love the introduction as you are walking towards your death. And then a huge dragon comes in and destroys all the city. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. I really enjoy it. So coming up next is Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Definitely one of my favorite games.
Such a brutal, irrational world we live in.
I absolutely love it. You are a professor and you are teaching your students to fight in a fictional world called Fodland. Very interesting. Got 3 houses that you can choose from. I chose the Blue Lions, and I think it's absolutely fantastic game. There are so many elements of surprises. You can forge your own weapons. You can buy weapons. It's so damn good. And I love the story. The story is so damn good as well. It's just a really fun game. And Fire Emblem 3 Houses is definitely one of the hardest games I've ever played. It's very strategic, especially in battle, but the battle was so damn good. It's so damn satisfying when you actually win the fucking battle. We move on to The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. Fantastic game. Got this on Switch as well. Oh, yeah, really good. One thing I can complain about is maybe the graphics are just a little bit too low on the Switch. Maybe this shouldn't have been on the Switch. But it's still a very fun game to play and absolutely love it. Love the cutscenes. I love the monsters. I also love the battles as well. The battles are so damn good. And overall, such a very fucking good story. I absolutely love The Witcher. I really enjoyed the Netflix series as well. My God, maybe I should do a review for that. That was a fucking great series as well. But the books are also good as well. Love the games, and The Witcher 3 is definitely no exception. We lead finally onto Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I'm going to say this is my favorite game of all time because I fucking well loved it. I absolutely love the story of it. Edward Kenway, the Captain Hearties. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely love this pirate scene post 17th century. Amazing open world as well. And oh, this is so damn good. I absolutely love the legendary. I actually love finding the legendary ships, especially at the end, fighting the forts, and it's so damn good. The story is amazing as well, and I love the fight scenes. The battles are amazing. This is one of the best games of all time I've ever played, and I fucking well loved it. So guys, that's where I leave you for this week. I hope you did enjoy Games Discovery. Join me next week as so it's normal discovery next week. So yeah, comment below what games you have played this week as well. And comment below whether you actually enjoyed this Games Discovery as well. So camera's done, I'm gonna fuck off now. Goodbye.